It's setting up.
Okay.
And one of the things I like to do, it's setting up.
Okay.
So we are live. Here we go. Sister, thank you for joining me. One of the things I like to do. So I'm learning as we go along. I'm going to mute my. So we are live. Here we go. Sister, thank you for joining me. Hold on. I'd like to do. This is going to, this is being live streamed. So I'm learning how to go along. I'm going to mute my. So we are live. Okay, let me test to make sure that this is correct. This happened to me last week. And I'm going to go to the live channel to see if we are live and in effect. So please bear with me. Okay. So let's see, testing, 1, 2, 3. Make sure that this is correct. This happened to me last week. And I'm going to go to the live channel to see if we are live. And we're okay.
Okay.
YouTube family, thank you for your patience and giving me the opportunity to learn this whole live YouTube Zoom thing, because it's a whole vibe. And you know, I'm watching the younger ones do it. I'm watching the older ones do it. I'm sure that there was some technical difficulties before I'm going to get this thing. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for coming into the live, whether now or later. You'll see here on the screen this beautiful sister queen, Isna Tianti. Before I introduce you in the flesh, please allow me to introduce you to her in the word. So I'm going to share my screen because there was, there was a channel. I had it set up and now it's not set up. Let's see what we can find here. Let's go searching. So I want to search here, view. At least I knew where it was at. And then it was videos.
The size of a dot of a pin. And the moment love meets love is when the soul of each universe in the womb develops within. Our beloved sister spirit is back with the source, now an unlimited force that has no bounds, and a space and place where joy and peace are now found. For us here, let us continue to walk in our highest level of truth and power, never forgetting we only have the present, unaware of our last second, minute, or hour. So let's treat each other, the people that enter our space, with the same energy we'd like to share. Being mindful, life is not about counting the moments, but making them count with those who we care. All of our comings and goings are all divinely aligned for such a time as this. Each of us blessed to come back to our native land like a prodigal child in kids. As we commence our beloved Anja Afrika back to the rich soil in which she came, let us remember, empowered like her, we too are to regally reign. And may the Most High receive her deeds as fruitful seeds and deeds, and reward her accordingly. Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Once again, Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. It's not, thank you so much for coming onto my channel. It is a pleasure to know you and continue to know the wonderful things that you do here in the Gambia. You started hanging out with us around the time that Andrea was either going through the process of passing or had already passed, and we were in preparation for planning her services. And I remember meeting you, and I thought to myself, this lady reminds me of Moses, walking around with that staff, and like, I was like, okay, the sister's like really, really powerful up in here. I'm not really quite sure, what's going on. And then I would hear the words that would come out of your mouth, and it was everything you say is in prose, it's poetry, it's melodic. It has such a strong expression, and you use your words in a manner where it may be a little different. Sometimes you spell it differently to come across, to give it a different meaning, a more melanated meaning. And I really do appreciate that. So without further ado, family, I introduce to you the beautiful, the lovely, the talented, the wordsmith, Isna Tianti. Isna, welcome to the channel.
So much, Leslie. Queen, I call you Queen Leslie. Not only does it rhyme, but it just is divine and it is you. And I just want to say thank you for even having me on your live today. It means a lot to me to even be considered. So thank you, first of all. Yes.
You're welcome. So tell the family, who are you?
Who am I? First of all, I'm a child of the Most High. I am here as a creative being, only here to inspire through sharing through all facets of creativity. And whether that be spoken word, artistry visually, or verbally, I'm here to just give back what was poured into me in all facets of art. And it's from my heart. So that's who I am. Other than my given name by my parents, Isna Tianti, I am just grateful to be here and be able to operate in what I know I was created to do.
Wonderful. And so what brings you to the Gambia? How did you get here? How did we get here? How did you get here, sis?
Other than the plane, it was truly, truly a message given to me, unbeknownst to me. Back in 1992, won a pageant, Miss African Times, which allowed me to come to Africa for the very first time. And subsequently, unbeknownst to me again, I would be burying my mother in Senegal, who was supposed to be traveling with me as my +1. Unbeknownst to me, again, I didn't know she would transition. So my mother was the first person to tell me about Africa. She was Afrocentric, and that's how I got to Senegal. Fast forward to Gambia, it was literally just on my vision board, and I didn't know anything about Gambia. Did not even tie Senegambia to Gambia. And that was in 2020. I wrote it on the vision board that I wanted to go to Bali, Egypt, and Gambia. And less than a year later, my sister invited me to come to Gambia. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, that's on my vision board. That's how I got here to Gambia. And I came in November of 2021. And when I came back in 2023, it was with very concise instruction that Gambia would be the place that I was to come to.
Wonderful. So I'd like to know, tell us, when did you arrive? You kind of mentioned it, but when did you firmly say, this is the place that I want to be? And what have you done since you've been here?
To be realistic, I didn't know that Gambia would be the end all. I basically have put it on my vision board that I wanted to come and create a space where we could create, meditate, and elevate, and have a home for those who are in the ministry of healing. I wanted them to be able to come to my land, to be able to get filled up, refueled, to go back out and do what they were called to do. So a lot of people thought that it was for me to have like a hospital. I was like, no, this is not a healing hospital in that capacity. It is a filling station for those who do healing. And so basically, Gambia was not the place that I thought that I would just end up. I didn't know where I would be, but I have, since being here, know that this is where my calling is. I feel home here. I feel at peace here. And that's all I can say. It wasn't something that I thought this would be the place where I would end up. I thought I would be in Belize.
Okay. I'd like what you talk about the filling station, because as I run into and introduce to my platform women that are doing such deep spiritual things here, always giving of themselves. It's nice to know that there is a place that you are developing where they can go, where they can be poured into. And that's one of the things that becomes so challenging on the body, that we tend to take on a lot. I think a lot of people don't understand the use of term empath or just whatever it is, but you're receiving. Once someone shares with you their heartache, their hurts, their pains, their misgivings, they're almost like spewing that out onto you, that you're receiving that, because you're saying, I know you have that, give it to me, let me help you with this burden. But then after a while, you become bogged down with the burden, and then you need to find a place where you can go and release that and get refilled. And I appreciate that, because honestly, I struggled with that. That was one of my biggest problems when it came to opening up and making myself available. I have to share this because while here, I had a memorial service for 2 people, and then I did a burial for 1 person, and 2 people I knew very well. I knew these people knew me by name, face, and phone number. We communicated on a regular basis. They rode in my car on a regular basis, and then have to go through the process of saying goodbye to them, and then allowing other people to form community and us get together and support their families and friends that we may or may not have known before they passed. And then receiving the burden and responsibility of assisting in laying the body to rest and allowing the spirit to rise. It is a lot.
It is.
And I found myself very tearful, very down-laden, and hurt and angry, to be honest with you, because as a single woman coming here to the Gambia, I wanted to know what was happening. Why was this happening? And where does it put me in that situation or other people around me that I've come to know and love?
Yes.
One of the things that I had to do was find that filling station. And it happened by not shutting myself off, but by allowing the community to love me and to do things with them so that we could laugh together and dance together and break bread together and shop together and have fun. And so that's the thing that I needed to do. So I truly appreciate the fact that you got that vision. And you know, the spiritualists that are out there, if that's what we want to call them, these queens that are doing their thing, these sisters that are out there in the hood making stuff happen, you're going to need a place to go.
Yes.
And the Gambia is going to be the place.
It will be. I know that there has been a narrative that there's so many people that are trying to inject fear in us being here. And I had a sister that I spoke to just a couple of days ago, reached out to her, and she says, I hear so many people that's returning with bad views of being here. And I just had to tell her my testimony. I said, well, that may be theirs. I don't take anything away from anyone else and what their experiences have been. However, I know with anything, it can start out bumpy, but bumpy sometimes have to be before things get better. No different than the roads that they're creating here. There was one road when I first came in 2021. I've come back and there's several and they're smooth. And now everyone is able to drive on them. Their cars are less damaged. But this is the process to progress that we all must go through. So I did not come with the expectation that there would be no challenges, as there are going to be challenges anywhere and everywhere you go. There's no perfect place. You just got to find a place that's perfect, as close to perfect for you. So all I can say is you're doing what you're doing here flawlessly, but it's not without any type of falls. And that's what we have to be mindful of. Don't expect what do you call it? The word that I'm trying to use, where it's just a perfect utopian society. Mm-hmm. That's so people often ask us as we are here, what made you choose Gambia? I feel like Gambia chose us. I really do. There are other places that are more beautified and more would be on the scale of pristine, but that's not what I came here to do. I know that the same goal that I had in the States didn't change just because I changed a station place. My state of heart has always been to be in the helps service. I was in the military and was in services. So it didn't change. You can't change the core of who you are. It just changes as you progress. It changes as you are given more clarity on your assignment here in this thing called life. And so basically, for those who will speak ill of Gambia, you can go to Ghana. Someone's going to speak ill of Ghana. You go to America. There are going to be people of wherever you are. You can speak ill of wherever you are, but I'm in the healing business now. I came here so I myself could heal, but I realized I can't help heal anybody else if I don't get filled and healed myself. There you have it.
I appreciate that. So let's see. I talked about what or who you are. You are also a writer. You are an author and you have a book of poetry and some other things. I did start going through your book and then, my schedule is so busy. But do me a favor, please. While I go and make myself some tea, can you pull out something from your book that you would share with the audience that you could read to them? I am going to remove myself from the camera and mute myself as well and give you free reign to do whether you read something, because I know you're good at memorizing your poems. So go ahead, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, first of all. And this poem is called I Was There. And I think this poem is what brought me here. And here we go. And this is at request of my son. In the morning, I see a bright new dawning. I hear them calling like the birds chirping, like the butterfly flying. I hear them calling, saying, dear child, can't you see me smiling, crying down and around you? I remember our dismemberment, when back on the auction blocks like Samson, they shaved your locks, stripping you bare, making you aware of our nakedness. I was there when they changed your name and maimed your soul and told you you weren't worth an ounce of gold. When they said sold to the highest bidder, here, take your nigga. I saw the fading of your dreams when they raped your Black queen who never once desired whipped cream, especially the kind that made her scream. And no, not in delight, but with soreness and fright. I was there. The stretch marks I bear of giving birth and growing tells of how long I've been in the knowing. A tree reveals many things, and my midsection exhibits the rings of the spirits I bring. Black man, I understand your plight. Fighting and fighting for equal rights. It's wrong that we were taken from the center of the equator, and now unbalanced, we struggle to find peace with our creator. I was there. I can relate. I still await the date when we can communicate about our destined fate, wanting to rub your back and massage you from head to toe so that you'll know I am in touch with your pain. I share in your losses and gains. And yes, I taste the rain of your silent tears of trial-filled years, now understanding why your water has turned to vodka and beer. I was there, and still I'm here. I'll dry your eyes, realize I wasn't always around to stick around when you were beaten and stumped to the ground. But I began seeing you as weak when you lower your head and eyes when you speak. Except for when you greeted me with you bitch and you freak. But see, I understand. You really didn't mean to talk to me that way. You just learned to repeat what old masters say. And now society still fails. Now that we're able to show our anger, we're still killed and locked in cells. So the history of our past, we once again meet. And I ask myself, how in the hell did we let this cycle repeat? We're still being whipped by the systems in our homes and streets, still being fed leftover meat, still trying to march towards freedom's beat. Will freedom come and open ears and minds that are dumb? Freedom come for us tonight and lead us back to truth, love, and light. In the morning. Peace. So this piece is called I Was There. Yes. And that is in this book called For Your Seasons, for play on words, For Your Seasons, Stories of Poetry. Thank you.
Isna, thank you so much I had to get myself it's a mixture of coffee and tea. It is spiced tea that I learned to love from being in Tanzania, or Tanzania, as the Americans say it. And it has a mixture of a hint of coffee for the caffeine kick.
Okay.
And I absolutely love it. And I thought I need to get a sip before starting this pool class in an hour or two.
Which I will be there.
Yes,
So
the first sip is always the best. Thank you so much for that. So not only are you a poet, you're a singer, you are an artist in many ways. One of the things that you also do is you make jewelry, you make handbags, you make t-shirts. Did you make those earrings that you're wearing right now?
what I'll say, I construct and then I make. These are, of course, people will say, well, did she make the metal? I didn't. I just put things together that may have already been. That's what makes us creative, because the creator gives us all things to be creative with. So I take from various medias and mediums to create. And yeah, so I put these ensembles together. Very simple though.
Wonderful. I'm going to share on the screen where people can find you. One of the things that I'm beginning to learning is the importance of letting people know where you are and also how they can bless you if necessary. Our time and talents deserve to be rewarded or exchanged with a blessing. I'm trying to find a better way to say it. It's not coming out the way I'd like, but y'all know what I mean. If something makes you feel good, let them know it makes you feel good by being a blessing to them. Now, I'm trying to find my WhatsApp. Let me put that here. Here's my WhatsApp page. Yes, so here is your company. And because this is like a play on your name, Isna. Explain to me or to the family what it is that you see here that's being shared on the screen and the various ways that they can reach out to you.
Well, being that I am here looking to fulfill the purpose of having this home, for individuals that are looking to be able to come here to the Gambia, they can contribute, and their contributions will go towards the building of the quarters or the completing of the quarters, so that when they decide to come, they will have a place to stay. That is one way that they can invest in, almost like a timeshare. They are able to invest at least 1,000 or more for their stay. So they're pretty much putting forth their investment in the forefront for latter purposes. For individuals who are looking to support the books, jewelry, whatever the case may be, or my mission being here, I work with the youth. So this also gives me an opportunity to provide them my services on a voluntary basis to do art initiatives with them, as I have done here in my community. So it is my name. It's my name. It's my brand. Isna Tianti Summerlin. You got my whole government name. And it is also inspiring through sharing relevant expressions about living life. And that's a show that I once did. It's called It's Real, which I look to start back again during the writing workshops, which I started here maybe a couple of months ago, just for a short term to kind of test it out and see what the interest would be. But this is what I'm doing. I'm here to inspire through sharing, whether it be working with the students at the training schools, working with the children in my community. I'm here to be used, not abused.
Isna, that does remind me. So first of all, she can be reached. The 256-3568 number, is that your Gambian, your local Gambian number? Okay, so that would be +220 for those that are outside of Gambia. And then you have your Gmail, you have a website, also a .com, Instagram, Facebook, and Cash App. So please, family, if you feel compelled to give a little something to bless this sister or bliss this sister, please go right ahead. Now, one of the things that you talked about was you had a writing workshop here. And
Yes.
I've thought about that because I know that there was an interest in as we become dual border, West meets West, West Africa meets West in New York, the US West. There may be people in the United States that want to know more about your writing workshops. Um, is the writing workshop a way of healing certain traumas that you may have in your life to allow you to express yourself on paper and to give you freedom? And also, have you considered doing that online where you could give classes through Zoom or similar platform like this at a given time and day, and people can come on and have a virtual classroom?
Sister, you have truly hit the nail on the head. And actually, you are one of the inspirers of doing it just that way, as well as another sister who was saying she was so busy that with work that she could not really take the time away from to participate. But if it were offered online, that it may give them an opportunity to do so. So definitely, I believe that even what COVID taught us is that you have to be very intentional about how you now reach your audience and how you get others to know what you're doing and what you provide, because we weren't able to go outside. And so no different if we're not able to go to my daddy. I don't want to get the quote wrong. It's if Muhammad can go to the mount gonna come to Muhammad. I don't know if it's stated that way, but whatever. My daddy was a firm believer that if I can't come see you, then you gonna come see me. Rest his soul. But yes, I definitely want to make available the writing workshop because it does teach us how to change these spelling words that have been casting spells on us, how we change that around. And I am one. I will change a word in a minute, just like my book. Truly, people's like faux your, yes, you text that way. So I said I'm gonna put my book that way. Faux your seasons, and Poetically Speaking is another book of quotes that I've written. And there's a whole section called quirky quotes because I will change a word. So spell check, I'm sure, hated when I was writing this because it could not spell check me because I was checking them on how you gonna stop putting these spells on us and we're gonna change them around. So
I
that's
love
it.
Also, they'll see on the screen, I hope you can see, these are the beautiful earrings that she has created. Let me enlarge these. So I'm just going to tell you, I know that these earrings right here, can you see that space right there? I know that Valerie has already claimed these earrings, so I'm not going to say nothing. But as I look around, I'm looking at this one down here in the corner, this one over here in the corner, this one over here. So here's the thing. I think that most of your earrings are going to be sold before the event. That's the funny part. People will show up, grab their earrings, and then when other people show late, they're going to be like, this is all that I have. So explain to us. So this is in preparation for the Mother's Day event that we are having at Cafe Zola, which we are we are celebrating. I'm so excited. It can't even come out right.
It's all good.
Let me just go back a little bit. There are basically three major groups of people here. that I see. There are Gambians here or Africans here. There are Brits here, and then there are Black Americans here. The Brits celebrate Mother's Day, I think, in March. We celebrate Mother's Day from the Estados Unidos, United States, in May, and it's coming up on May 12th, where we get to take the time to honor our mothers, which we should really do every day. Last year, Shannon came out and sang on Mother's Day at Mo 2. This year, she's coming to Cafe Zola to share with us the experience of being a mother and lifting up our mothers, those that are here and those that have passed away. But also we are having a table, giving people here the ability to share their talents and make some money, okay? And so you are one of the vendors that will be showcasing your beautiful earrings. I know that there are other things that you have for us. The earrings are already going fast. People are like, I know what I want to get them now. And what makes these so special is they're one of a kind. So it's like if you, no other person is going to be walking around with your earrings. You know, it's that special. So I could look at them all. I like that. I like that. What is that, the shape of Africa? I'm imagining that. These green ones here. Girl, I'm just coming to your house early. You don't live that far from me. So I'm coming to your house when this live is over, and I'm just going to be like, put my initials in the back, and you can display it if you like on Mother's Day, but I have already claimed them as mine. Let me stop sharing screen and you can talk.
No. Right. We're both excited. And I remember, you know, I couldn't see if I do my head shake like our cue. But what is so funny is I have people in the States that are saying, girl, are you able to send me earrings from here? And I'm like, I have not shipped anything from here yet. I know I've had stuff shipped to me, but that's something that I want to delve into as well, is find out if I am able to ship to the States or that way, because right now I don't know that yet. I'm still learning. I feel like a baby being here. I do.
No, it's okay. I looked at how to get things shipped here. I remember seeing a family on YouTube, and I think they were shipping out t-shirts. There is a way, but there are people that return to the States on a regular basis, even in our group. And one of the things that I was thinking about doing since we went to the International Trade Fair, you know, back in February or whatever month it was in January, that was a lot of fun. And realizing it was time for me to go back to the States to take care of some personal business, I'm like, hey, while I'm going to be there, let me bring some things with me for my family and friends, you know. But moving forward, I'm thinking maybe twice a year or once a year, I need to make my way back. So if there are items that you have for sale, if people can wait, they pay for the items, and then when we have a group, a bunch of things, it can be brought with the individual that's going, and then, you know, the U.S. Postal Service is on point. Wow, everything can be done very quickly and easily. So I think there are ways. It may take a little bit longer, but if you put down, I'm coming this month and this is when my sale is happening, let me know what you want, or this is what I have. I think that's the way to navigate, because realistically, there's no way to make money here unless you do it creatively. And
Correct.
so going to mean reaching back to America if necessary, or whatever, or using those talents that you have, like I said, showing it on Zoom, sending it on Cash App, letting people know, I appreciate you, I'm here for you, while I'm here building. It is
Yes.
going to take money. Now, let me put an explanation on that. Because there has been occasions when it could almost sound like a scam, you know, Gambia was West Africa. How do I know that my money is actually going where it's going? Or how do I know that what I'm giving you is going to purchase the things that I'm paying you for? There has to be a level of trust and integrity on your part or on my part, because you're on my channel, so I'm going to hold you accountable to it. But also, we're trying to see to make this work. We want to see a project do well and be able to work. And because there is so much talent here, we want to be able to bring it to America and share it with our family and friends. Go ahead, sis.
Interject, and what you just stated is true. I think a lot of times when people have in mind Africa, or and that's just a lot of Africa, and primarily West Africa, I will say, where they think everything and everyone is a scammer. What I can say is your integrity, wherever you came from, should still be able to stand the way it did there. Now, if you escaped America and you was doing wrong there, and now you come in here and giving Africa a bad name, or vice versa, then those who know you can give account of you. And one thing I can say, and what I know about you, you built on your own your home.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to show I was willing to invest in myself. I'm not looking for anyone to invest in me, and I haven't done it for myself. We've done the work. I'm in the home. What I'm looking to build are outside quarters that will allow others to be able to come and take advantage of what I called its artistic escape, where you can come to create, meditate, and elevate. And whatever areas you're looking to do that in, if you're a speaker, if you're an author, if you're a blogger, you can come here. You have a plethora of people, and I'm going to put you in contact with beautiful sisters like Leslie. You can come here. You can share what you do. This will be a safe space. And that's the one thing that I really want to drill in: safe spaces. We're creating safe spaces, even emotionally, for each other here. When we get together as the sisters, it is truly an amazing event of collaboration, no competition. It is a safe space for us to just be free. My sister Leslie is the hula hoop queen. I posted her up and everybody was like, she is doing the darn thing. Okay, yes, she hula hooped through a whole song, y'all. I have to plug her. She is, and I know this is maybe me flipping and turning, but no, the interviewer also needs to be given an interview. She is a yoga instructor, water aerobics instructor. She's a connector. This sister connects people. This is the person who's connected me to everybody that I'm now affiliated with from the States. She is, you might as well call her Uber driver, because she pick up everybody when they don't have a ride. I'm telling you, she is Uber Eats. And I'm not putting her out there as if this is what she does, but from the heart, it's what she does. And so what I will say is, if she is doing it, we need to get her Cash App too, her Zelle, because oftentimes she won't say if she needs something, but sometimes you just have to already know what a person needs, because you know what you need. So I'm going to put that out there for my sister. In love, with love for love. There we go.
Thank you so much. So I am not sharing my Cash App now, but I will share it later. I do want to say that I am enjoying my time here in the Gambia. I have learned a lot. I have learned a couple of do's and a lot of don'ts, and I will probably share that later. One of the things I wanted to say is that the space that we're trying to create for individuals to come. So I'm going to focus on women mostly because the men may need something different.
Right.
And I don't know I don't feel like it's my place to build a community for the men. I need the Most High to speak to a man that he can prepare and make ready to go out there and do it, and allow the sisters to sit back and let it be done. And then we can all get together and find total healing. With that being said, the future plans that you have for builds on your compound, I want builds on my compound. I do have a house on my compound. This is where I live. This is my home. This is my kitchen. This is my living room. You know, this is where I live. I do have space, and imagine tiny homes, like 15 feet by 15 feet, for individuals to come and stay or live long-term, because unfortunately, the cost of housing is rising in the Gambia as well. And so that needs to be addressed. But the services that we have are already here. If you want to come to the Gambia and stay at a different guest house or at a lodge or at a hotel, you can still connect with us, and we will prepare for you a package where you are sheltered, you are imparted, you are loved on, you are uplifted. You may learn how to hula hoop when you're done, and then we send you on that, you know, to do whatever it is that you do. And so we're looking forward to having retreats. 2025, I keep declaring it, is going to be a dance retreat.
It's going to be all
people in America coming with their students here to the Gambia and teaching dance here, and them meeting other West African dancers already here. And then us ladies being able to participate in what they're doing. I want to get a Black ballet dancer. I want to get a sister that does flamenco dancing. I want a sister that does samba, belly dancing. I want the women from yoga. I want them to come here and make this a place. This is going to be the second Ghana in the Gambia. So that's what we're trying to do. And because it's a smaller place, you don't have to feel left out or alone. Even if you're considering making this your home, I would suggest that Gambia is the place, because there is already a community here. And all we do is just welcome you in. So most of the plans that I hear about from the people that I'm in connection with, excuse me, we all have the same ideas.
Yeah.
But the great thing is that, excuse me, there is no competition. Everyone has a different vision, a different location, a different environment. And I always say one person can't do it all. We need many members involved in this body of work. And so that's what we're going to continue doing. I'm going to leave it there. What I would like for you to do, I think I've answered all the questions that I have for you. I have bigged you up because you need to be bigged up, sister. We're learning on my platform. I want to continue meeting people, introducing people, Shannon Renee may be someone that I invite onto the channel next. The sister is a beautiful songstress, and it's not something that she just started here in the Gambia. She has been singing around the United States for decades, if I'm not mistaken. And so there are other people here too. We're here, and we're not going anywhere. And so one of the things we're going to do, just to make a plug for those that are coming on, I'm inviting you and Black Jewel to the platform tomorrow night when we talk about the relationships between men and women here and how we get our healing through word and actions and meditation, so that we are navigating in these streets with a wholeness, so we can make choices that make us feel good before, during, and after. All right. So thank you again. Is there anything you'd like to say before we close this live?
First of all, we need each other. And that is the Black man, the Black woman, whatever color you are, we need each other in order for us to grow, to continue to grow healthily. And I emphasize the Black man and the Black woman. It's because we have been divided purposefully and intentionally. And I believe that the only way that the society will continue to grow, we are the mothers and fathers. And if you can only imagine seeing your mother and father always looking as if they're divided and divorced in spirit, mind, and body, you can imagine what that will do to the world who we have given birth to and the children. They're looking at their mom and daddy like, can't they get it together? We need to get it together. We need to clean up mama's home over here so that we can understand that the motherland is not because we have caused it to look like rubbish land. I love Mother Africa. I love my daddy, God, wisdom, all of this. It's all encompassed. So please, please, please let it not be a misinformation that we women don't want our men. We do. We just don't want you to disregard, disrespect, and dismiss us. That's it. We love you.
And while we're here, we are getting healed. We are getting to be, you know me, get to that water fitness class, strengthen your body, get healed, learn to love yourself as you are, forgive yourself where you are, because we are older. And so we have worked hard, we have raised our children, we have done stuff, and the body reflects the doing. And so we get here and we want to take a pause, but then we realize that there's still the need. That motherness in us sees the need to fill, and then we fill that void by playing the role of mother, whether it's through teaching education or helping with hands or things like that. And so we're doing what we've been called to do, but in the calling, we need to slow down enough to be still enough so that we can get the rest that we need, so and the wholeness that we desire, so that when the right one comes along, we're like, I'm here, I'm here. Because this is a funny thing, it's just this narrative that the women in America, they're not fit, they're not friendly, they're not feminine. We here. We hear the best that we can be, and boo, you're not fit either. And we still want to say that we let me not go there. That's gonna be for another that'll be a different grown folks, grown women topic. Let's get on this.
Quote out of what you said. We may not be fit, but I pray we be a fit for each other. How about that?
Okay, I like that. With that, family, we are going to end this live. Thank you so much for those who may be joining us now on YouTube. You may be asleep. It's 8 o'clock. You may be on that train going to work, but when you hear this on the playback, know one thing is for sure. We're doing this for you. Isna, thank you so much for joining me today. These are two Black American women in the Gambia. Namaste and Ashe.